You have the third strike, which is the RCMP going to the house and finding guns with expired PALs, threats of violence, and other things that drove them to the property, unwilling to do anything that actually stop the violence. OpenAI bears the least responsibility here, but the other parties are very difficult to go after, especially the RCMP. The RCMP failed in its responsibility to protect that family, that community, and that kid from this event. They left weapons in his possession, knowing that he was mentally unstable. They left firearms in the house, even though there was already evidence of firearms violations. And they completely failed, I think, to see what was obviously going to be a problem. I would imagine they had access to stuff like Reddit posts and Roblox info by the time they went to the house for the first time, did nothing about it. OpenAI is an easy scapegoat because people are seeing these stories, and we've talked about them on the show, about the way that kids interact with AI. And of course, why else is it important to go after OpenAI, Len? Because it's another angle to remove anonymity from the web. And so I have very little sympathy for Minister Solomon and the current government when they say that OpenAI is, quote unquote, responsible for this. I just don't see it that way. And I know that, Mark, who wrote the letter, says that OpenAI should have done something maybe, but to say that they're the one who bears the blame, I think is just completely wrong. And it really does exonerate parties who needed to make an attempt to stop this from happening well in advance. Specifically the RCMP. That they are the ones who should have acted. They are the ones who, by the way, action in their mandate, not Reddit, not OpenAI, not Roblox. These other guys can report and discuss and ban and discourage and add disclaimers and add ID requirements, but it is the RCMP who has the action as part of their mandate. They didn't execute, and this is the result. I think that's a fair assessment of what happened.